Alright, we should be live, and in comes the channel membership renewals, it looks like. Hey, what's up, everyone? Alright, so let me make sure everything is set up correctly here. Give me 1 second, let me get some music on. I'm running a little bit late. I was actually recording something just a little bit ago for Brett from UFD Tech. He's doing his Cannonball for the Cure 2022 edition. So if you're watching his stream this coming weekend, you may see me on there. But let's see. Get some music. Oh, way too loud. I might have just made you guys deaf. Sorry about that. I hope there was a limit to those noise levels there. I can't believe that played at 100%. Okay, let me test. Check out this scene real quick. Okay. This going. How's everyone doing though? Happy Wednesday. Alright, let's see so who do we have in the chat so far? We got Brian Rose, Ola, Ben Wong, Kevin Ngo as always. We got Jason, Dan, Kim, Micah Man, who apparently, Law, I remember I saw you and you gave my friend a SSD at LTX 2019. So you were, I wonder if you were part of the group of the three younger kids that they were like testing, they were playing on systems that Linus had set out there. And yeah, I remember it from the video, but I can't specifically remember the name, unfortunately. Matt95, what's up, Citrus? Yeah, so a lot of people have been watching the LAN video and have been enjoying it. Pretty much most of the comments have been positive, so I'm glad about that. So thank you for supporting and watching. I lost some sleep getting that video out because I was having exporting problems in Premiere Pro. Like, Premiere Pro just didn't want to export it because the file, it was such a big program, so when I went to export, it just sat at 0%, not moving. So I had to try a bunch of different stuff to get it to work. Brad McDonald, loved the LAN video, can't wait to do one of my own, which I got a lot of comments like that. A lot of people are saying, like, you know, they watched the video and it inspired them to try to LAN with their own friend group. So that's one of the points of doing the video, aside from us archiving our experiences, you know, to watch years later. But it's to share the experience and hopefully encourage people to keep the LAN, you know, LAN parties alive. So okay, let's see. The crazy thing is people catch the smallest, weirdest details from the LAN party videos that I never would have thought they would have caught. Like, it's a 2-hour video and people are catching stuff like an hour and a half in and they're pointing it out, and I'm like, you guys seriously are able to watch this and like pick up on the small little things that aren't even the focus of what I'm recording at the time? So it's crazy. You still have no. So we got Kevin Ngo says Domino's over Pizza Hut, which I agree with. We went with Pizza Hut that time around though because most of the people voted for it. I think they vote for it because they like Pizza Hut stuffed crust. Though, does Domino's not have stuffed crust? I don't know because I never buy stuffed crust. I think it's unnecessarily expensive. Yo, we're about to start this stream off with some pizza price comparisons. Domino's, they don't have stuffed crust. Looks like they have cheesy bread. Who wants to order Domino's? Is this gonna be dinner tonight for me? No, but essentially with the whole Domino's versus Pizza Hut thing, I've always found Domino's crust to be way better because they do like a buttery garlic blend on it. And they have better like multi-pizza deals typically. And when you're trying to feed 12 people, you're not going for premium pizzas. Because there was that one LAN party where James and them, they ordered 2 stuffed crust pizza After delivery and fees, it was $50, and I complained about it in the video. So yeah. Jason, don't do this. No, we're doing the Pizza Hut versus Domino's discussion. You know what? We're gonna run a poll. We're gonna run a poll with the early gang. You know. I don't know. Have we ever run this poll in stream before? We might have, but you know, it all blends together by this point. All right, you guys. There's no other option. You can only pick between those two because those are the two huge chain, kind of more cheaper pizza brands. We're not voting like Papa John's, Papa Murphy's, anything, Zeke's. So you guys answer this. I actually need some water. I'm out. So I'll be right back while you answer the poll. Okay, got my water. Let's see. So what do people say? We got... what's Kale saying? On a better day, anything besides both? Matt95 says, Pizza Hut is the best. Jerry's Pizza, which I don't think we have here in Washington. Oh, wait, what? Oh, man, Pizza Hut's actually winning! You guys, come on now. You're killing me here. Yo, let's take a look at Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut. Delivery and carry out. Let's see what they got on the stuffed crust. Original stuffed crust, $13.99, which is what we actually found. So this is stuffed crust. Okay. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure I don't dox myself. Showing my address here, trying to look at a pizza delivery. Okay, that one works. Continue. Come on. Alright, let's look at these. That deal is not available at the store, which is what we ran into. Huh. Well... So what is this? How are you gonna have this on your website if the deals aren't even available at all the stores? Large stuffed crust, build your pizza topping. So you only get one top, what is this? Yeah, this is large one topping and then you have to pay $2.29 for more. This is the budgeting out for pizza stream, by the way. No, we'll talk about PC stuff first, but we're just chilling right now while people get their drinks and use the restroom and stuff. One topping, okay, for 13 bucks, but if you go back, if we look at the Pizza Hut deals, what we saw was, it was like three topping non-stuffed crust pizza for the same price. Wait, Shane, you guys have Domino's with stuffed crust down in Australia? Is that an Australian exclusive? Because we don't have stuffed crust Domino's from what I just saw anyways, trying to find it in the US. Yeah, but if you look, so here's where the prices are, right? Let me clear the screen real quick. So you got stuffed crust for 14 bucks, one topping though. So you get some extra mozzarella cheese in the crust, which is already all over the pizza. So why would you pay for that when you could get 3 different toppings for the same $14? Does that make sense? To me, having more toppings is way more valuable than some more mozzarella cheese in the crust, but I don't know. All right, so let's take a look at this early poll. All right, I'm a bit disappointed. I'm a little bit disappointed in the chat because there's more votes for Pizza Hut than Domino's, though it's pretty close. It's almost 50-50. It's 54-45. But now we're gonna go to the next question. For the same price. Jason Whitmer. Shout out to everyone who is smart in here. Okay. Now let's see. Yo, if I ever do a community LAN party event where like I fly in viewers to attend a viewer only LAN party at like a hotel or something, I'm still gonna try to shift the mindset of the pizza. So y'all aren't off scotch-free yet. So, okay, now the next question. Stuffed crust or 3 toppings for the same price? You can only pick one. Which would you rather get? Yeah, garlic crust, in my opinion, like the Domino's just normal hand-tossed crust, tastes way better than stuffed crust for me. So, I agree with that there. Rich Galaxies, 3 toppings, what the hell? Okay, so now people are being more sensible here. More people are voting for getting 3 toppings over stuffed crust, which I'm in agreement with. More toppings doesn't make a pizza better, diminishing returns. Wait, Jason, are you voting stuffed crust? That's like saying more cheese doesn't make a pizza better, because there's plenty of mozzarella cheese already on the pizza. If you know, okay, let's say this is a pizza, right? How am I gonna fold this? Like, man, this is like the widest pizza slice. Okay, give me a second. Alright, let's say this is a pizza. It's this triangle. As you eat the pizza, once you get to the end of the pizza, you need to start eating the corners, so you're eating the crust at the same time as the rest of the things, so you don't just eat only crust at the end. That's the issue. You don't need stuffed crust if you can proportion it well and get equal amounts of everything in the same bites. Most people don't eat the crust. That's kind of wasteful, but one thing that does help me eat crust though, if I eat only plain crust, is oh man, Domino's has the best garlic dipping sauce. This sauce right here, it's the best. Like, way better than any of the other pizza places. So crust dipped in this is really good, but their crust alone is already pretty flawless. Shane Essick, I start at the crust. Jason, it's not math. You eat the pizza, then you turn and eat a bit of the side, you know. Kevin Ngo says, you being sponsored? Okay, so for one of the LAN parties, I did reach out to multiple pizza places to see if they would sponsor it. But they responded to me, but they're saying, talk about future opportunities. Unfortunately, both pizza and Domino's actually. I think I might have to hit up Little Caesars because, you know, they're definitely, we're talking about budget pizza, Little Caesars is even more considered budget than Domino's and Pizza Hut. Little Caesars, for their, what is it, medium or large, $5.99 pizzas, it's some of the cheapest pizza aside from Costco, but we already talked about why Costco pizza has its own issues, because they only have pepperoni. They have no selection. So, Totino's pizza sponsorship would be pretty cool too. Just because I've been eating Totino's since I was, you know, since I was like 4 or 5. Alright. Time for the real question. Who has been so cheap that they did the math on different pizza sizes of pizza for area, for toppings, price according to the crust? I've done that at some point before. We've calculated, you know, using pi r square to get the area of the circle to see what place was better. In the past, it used to be Domino's when they had their actual $5, 555 deals is what they would call it. 3, was it 1 topping or 2 topping medium pizzas for $5 a piece? But you had to order at least 3. So, yeah. There's a pizza calculator that I'm sure there are websites now that pull in data of everything's prices. And if there's not, if any of you out there are programmers, feel free to, you know, to do this. But you basically come up with like a website where you can say, all right, what pizza places do you want? What types of pizzas, toppings, and they can pull in all the data and give you the best priced one, or best value one. So, listen, Little Caesars is one of the best for price. If I want to spend a little more, Amechi pizzas. What is Amechi's? We don't have that in Washington. Oh, this looks kind of like Sbarro's. Remember Sbarro's? I don't even know if we still have these. Well, obviously, it's going to be like the Italian flag colors, but this reminds me of Sbarro's. But this is Amechi's pizza. This looks pretty dang good. Dude, I'm starving. We got hot Cheeto pizza, apparently. But, bro saying how am I supposed to... Amesi's? How do you pronounce this? No. Where's Doback at if he drops a hundo, I'll swap the Domino's? Yeah, right. You would never do that. I know you, Jason. You're definitely a Domino's hater for life. Amici's. Okay, Amici's. Hopefully I don't forget that. This totally does not look like it would be pronounced that way. Amici's pizza, okay. How much is pizza where you guys live? For us, Costco large size, which is huge, is $10. Most medium to large at Domino's and Pizza Huts after you use the coupons, because if you don't use the coupons, you're getting ripped off. They're anywhere from like $8 to $12, depending on, you know, how you want them. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna end the poll. For pizza, people do like 3 toppings and stuffed crust. Is there a Pizzaville in the US? It actually sounds like it could be a town. Pizzaville. Yeah, it looks like it. Pizzaville, USA. Unless this isn't the same one. But yeah. Shane Essex says Domino's is $5 here for a few pizzas like pepperoni, ham, pineapple, and I'm guessing that's the medium size. We used to have the $5 deal in the US, but after inflation and stuff, I think they're $5.99 now. Either $5.99 or $6.99 for a medium pizza, for like basic toppings. So yeah. I mean, the best deal, honestly, is Totino's pizza, which is packed with like 700, I think, calories or so. And these I usually get at the grocery store for 2 for $3. So $1.50 for basically, you know, a meal's worth of pizza. The thing is, so Totino's party pizza kind of tastes nothing like actual pizza, but it's still delicious in its own way. Like, I think I will never stop eating this. And of course, their pizza rolls also good. Star 5328, you're 16 minutes back watching at 1.3 to catch up. All right, good luck. But we're mostly talking about pizza, so you haven't missed out on much yet. Hey, what's up, Shauner? How you doing? Sam's Club. Dude, I don't even know if we even have Sam's Club in Washington anymore. Let me see. We used to have a Sam's Club by where I lived. But that one closed down in Washington State. So Sam's Club. It looks like... Yeah, Sam's Club... I think all the Sam's Club in Washington State closed down, because I can't find it anymore when I Google Maps it. But we used to have it. I don't know. Costco's just... I mean, Costco started in Kirkland, Washington, right? So it's kind of hard competition for them there. I don't think I've ever had Sam's Club pizza, though. I imagine it's similar to Costco. Best adult dating site. Oh, man. Thanks for deleting. Dang, you're super fast about deleting that, Kevin. Dude, Stu, 9 for you. Pineapple pizza is your favorite? I mean, if pineapple pizza, if I went to an event and I was hungry and the only thing they served was pineapple pizza, I could eat it. But I don't think I have ever or will ever on my own like order or buy pineapple pizza for myself. We bought it obviously because a few other people in the group have wanted it, but I just can't do the like kind of sour, more citrusy, tangy taste on savory like that. I don't know. Okay, with like pepperoni, jalapeno, pineapple, I can sort of agree with, minus the pineapple, because pepperoni, jalapeno, and sausage is my go-to 3-topping. Warm fruit is, I agree, it's a little odd. Warm vegetables I'm okay with though. Okay, enough pizza talk for the night. So today's stream actually is gonna be very chill. Not a ton of tech news, none that I could recall today anyways, as I was trying to come up with the title and the topics to talk about. But for me, the most exciting announcement since last week is definitely LTX, which let me pull up. So here we go. So here's a post by Colton by LTX 2023, which is what the title is. Oh wait, let me go back 1 second. Gotta give a shout out to, because I worked so hard on getting all these. I update the list every single week because there's always constantly people joining membership and then also dropping off if they don't resubscribe or whatever. But big shout out to all the channel members, some of which are in chat right now, like Citrus, super gifters, and then all the rest of the tiers. All of the generosity of all the people joining the membership. Oh my freaking god. Are you kidding me? Citrus says updated again and then drops 50 gifted memberships. Jeez, this list is alright. Yeah, honestly, here, I manually update this. Let me open up my Photoshop file. This isn't a thing that is like automated where I just drop the name in the list. Let me open up the Photoshop file, because the thing is, I download a CSV like Excel file from YouTube, and then what happens is that CSV file, I have to copy and paste the names to a Photoshop file. So let me show you what it's like. So I'm constantly moving it. Okay, let me see. Window capture. Okay, so we should do this one. Let me see if I can do this without doxing myself. Photoshop. Here we go. No, not that one. Jeez, Photoshop opens up so many freaking. So we're gonna have a bunch of those come in now. Oh no, Photoshop doesn't want to open well in here, unfortunately, so I can't show you guys. But yeah, it's not easy to update all the names. It's done manually. I don't have a script that pops it out and repositions everything. So, Citrus, thank you very much. Jeez. Oh man, okay. So, I'm gonna mute for a second here after we get a couple more of these notifications. Hey, what's up, Braythorn? Yes, are you gonna be coming to LTX? You go actually to a lot of conventions, so I would be surprised if you didn't come to LTX. Yeah, I need to find someone who can automate. Well, there probably is a way to automate the list, but I'm definitely not a programmer, nor am I like a scripter in Excel or anything like that. So, all right, let me. Where is it? Where is it at? All right, last Spitfire alert, and then the notifications are going off. Shane Eslick says, I wouldn't go. I can't stand Linus. Huh, okay, let me see if I can change your opinion on that. You can't stand Linus, which, honestly, I've met a lot of people who don't like Linus for one reason or another. And I think maybe as a content creator, I appreciate him more than people who just like consume the content. But let me log in real quick to show you why I have a lot of respect for Linus and what he's done. And even though I do get annoyed sometimes by like the very cringy faces and thumbnails and stuff like that, and sometimes the titles of the videos are just like, what the hell is this? I have no idea what's going on. Still, mad respect to Linus and his team, because I also wanted to mention, give me 1 second. Setting support, let me do this. So Logitech. So let me go over to here. So I gotta disable the Spitfire on this screen too. Okay, so as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I was recording a video because so most of you should know who Brett from UFD Tech is. So Brett is doing this drive across the country this coming weekend. Definitely go support him on the stream. I would definitely be participating in his stream when he does this. But he's driving from New York to Los Angeles in his car, which he has kitted out, or not kitted out, but he has wrapped the whole thing to raise money for his son who has a very rare genetic disorder. So he's got this car, the wrap, and everything. So he's gathered up sponsors to help raise money and provide prizes for this as he does this like 60-something hour drive. With a few of the other, like one other person on his team and then a couple of parents. So Brett's doing that, and Linus is one of the sponsors, and here was his most recent post today. So he says, we're 36 hours out from the Cannonball, and I just want to take a moment to reflect. I've been watching Linus for the vast majority of my adult life. It's baffling to me that he's sponsoring my event, allowing me to give away his screwdrivers and helping me cure my son. His team has been phenomenal. He's a pillar in the industry for so many reasons. Mostly, I always appreciated that he clearly loves his family, showing me that I can grow on YouTube while also being a husband and dad. Linus, thank you, and for the hope that you've given me over the years. And this is Brett's account. I'm sure other people have different reasons for why they look up to Linus. I have my reasons for looking up to him. So, I mean, I know Linus does get a fair amount of hate for one reason or another, but there are a lot of things that he does either on the side or in the background that people don't even realize that, you know, I mean, yeah, sure, people point out like, oh, he's a millionaire or whatever, but still, I think based on what I've seen, I think he's a good dude. So he might sometimes play an annoying persona on the videos, but overall, I think he's pretty swell. Yeah, and then Shauner says, so Shauner met up with Brett. Like, yeah, Brett did some pit stops, and he met up. He also met up with like Christopher Yee in Vegas, as well as other pit stops where people came up to meet with him. So Shauner met him, and he says, I met Brett last year on his Cannonball run. Was super nice, easy to talk to. Though Brett also memes on camera. Yes, Brett memes a lot on camera, and he's genuinely a good dude. Glad LTT is supporting him. So yeah, definitely two really good channels to watch and try to support if you can. But if you don't, for whatever reason, like their content, it's all, you know, personal preference, right? So it is what it is. But I'm just trying to shine light as to there's way more than what you're shown on a YouTube channel or what's in front of the camera. There's way more to people than that. So just keep that in mind, you know. And dude, yeah, Brett was giving out LTT water bottles. Like he was giving out like a bunch of them. So that was pretty awesome. I need to actually get myself a LTT water bottle to show my support. I already bought one of his desk mats though. So in the future, I'll grab one. Kevin Go says, yeah, Linus has some clickbait thumbnails and video titles, and Braythorn actually brings up a good point. Yeah, so Linus only does so much on his, like, on the channel, right? so much of the work is done by his team, even including the scripting and stuff, whereas he may not even have written anything for some of the scripts that he reads for the videos. Like, so just keep all that in mind. Though, I mean, he is like the head of the company, so obviously he makes the final decisions, but still, it's a lot of other people influencing the decisions of what you see on the channel. So just wanted to bring that out because it has been multiple times that even people in my own community have stated that they don't like watching Linus's videos, and I'm just saying there's more to it than just what you see on the channel. But yeah, all right, but back to the discussion at hand. Sorry, we're all over the place today, but all right, LTX 2023. For those of you who are unaware, LTX is an event. I don't remember what year Linus started it as, but it's basically his version of his own convention for PC enthusiasts and PC gamers. And I guess sometimes other people in the tech space, because like I guess Austin Evans does some PC content sometimes. I would love for Marquez Brownlee to go to one of these because I want to meet him, but he's not in the PC space at all. But anyways, so LTX is a convention that Linus holds in Vancouver, Washington for PC gamers and enthusiasts. And it just happened in July in the past year, and then this coming up one is July. Big content creators that you all should know of usually go. Like Jay's 2 cents was at the last one. Bitwit was there. I think Paul was supposed to go, but his wife got sick or something like that. Greg from I was about to say from Salazar Studios, from Science Studios, but it's just Greg Salazar now. I was there, even though I'm not a huge creator. But there's a lot of PC content creators where if you enjoy my content, this is like heaven for, you know, for people who watch my stuff, because lots of the creators that I collab with and stuff go. So they officially announced that it's going to be, that it's on this year. They had to cancel the last 2 years of COVID. So I'm really very excited to go. I'm very curious in the chat right now. First of all, how many of you knew about LTX being a thing? And how many of you are planning on going? What was the exact date again? It is July 29th and 30th. Oh, they're only doing 2 days? What days are those actually? July 29th, 2023. Is that gonna be a Friday? What day of the week? It's gonna be okay, so it's Saturday and Sunday, it looks like. So no Friday. I don't remember if Friday was a thing. Well, in 2019. But yeah, how many people are interested of going? Because there's gonna be a lot of videos and content. Maybe they'll even do some live stream aspects of it, but I'm curious how many people care about it. Oh my goodness. All right, we gotta turn on the Spitfire alerts. I just saw Doback slaps. We got a channel membership war going back and forth, apparently. We got Citrus and Doback slaps, which you guys, you don't need to make this a competition. No need to flex the EP in here, because that is very expensive. Holy crap. Doback slapping out the gifted memberships. This is, keep in mind, this is after Doback slaps are like already gifted a ton and bought himself or themselves a 4090 and the newest Ryzen 9. Y'all are ridiculous. We'll let this play for a little bit as I read chat. But chat is kind of going crazy because Stream Elements is telling all the new people they're getting their memberships. I can't even read the responses to the original question of how many people are planning on going to LTX. Let this go through for a bit. Okay, has the stream bot gotten everybody yet? Dude, the Carlton dance, to do it well like Carlton, I don't even want to no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because I would butcher it up. Doing the Carlton dance as good as Carlton did on The Fresh Prince is very difficult. Yeah, I don't get how that worked. How was that many gifted memberships given when the stream only has 80 people right now? I wonder if it double membered anybody. Or it gave, maybe it gave people an extra extended month. Okay, that was the last one. We will stop the stream highs. But Doback Slaps, thank you for the very generous donations of membership to all the different people. I think everyone in the stream should have a little icon now. Or I guess I don't know how it works. What does it look like on your guys' end? Because I do still see some people without the icon, but it may be because YouTube doesn't update it until like a day later. Okay, so back to the original question. The one lad says, as much as I wish I could go and have wanted to go since it started, sadly it's a bit hard being, yeah, down in New Zealand. Can't wait to see your content out of it though. I've had a video planned for the next LTX since like 2020. I was so ready to return the next year and do another fun community-based video. But that 2020 LTX didn't happen, and then 2021 LTX didn't happen. So I've been sitting on this video idea for a really long time, but I've got a really fun one. I'll probably do multiple videos at LTX 2023, and then also try to tie in some other content creators, you know, the ones that I've worked with in the past. So it should be very fun. But oh, do you have to enable gifts to receive gifted memberships? I've never seen that in the YouTube panel, but then again, my creator panel looks different than like the viewer panel. Yes, okay, Hollis Nelson. Is there any events? There actually is. Let me see what the LTX nerd on a budget. I actually have 2 videos and I'll link them here. So there's the hard drive one, and then this one was a really fun video that I did. So definitely check out this video if you haven't seen it yet. I'll pin this one for people who want to check it out. So I'll pin this to the channel. So there's this one, and then, but if you look up LTX 2019, which was the most recent one, there's quite a bit of videos. Greg Salazar made a video on it. Bitwit made a video. Bite My Bits. Hardware Canucks was there. I had dinner with them and a few other creators. Linus made a video on it. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. Oh, Gamers Nexus was there too. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, definitely check out LTX 2019 if you want to get an idea of what it's all about. But it was a really good time. Like, I would say LTX is more fun than PAX, which I've gone to PAX quite a few times because it's here in Washington State. But if you're like a PC enthusiast or PC gamers, you get specifically other PC enthusiasts and gamers, whereas PAX brings in a bunch of different gamers from other like consoles and like board games and stuff like that too. So it's just a different crowd of all PC nerds, which is really cool. Jason Whitmer with the 4 months of being member with the free message that you get to say in the super chat says, I'm unemployed. I'm aware of that, but I think in your unemployment, you are doing some stuff that is bringing you a lot of joy and a lot of fulfillment. So I think that's more important sometimes than just making money. So yeah, but if you do start to need money, you need to get a job, okay? Star5328 says, good for Linus. Can't imagine a reason to hate on the guy. People tend to nitpick self-made millionaires and hate for no reason other than jealousy, in my opinion. Worry about yourself. You'll be better. I don't think it's always jealousy. I think I've definitely, I've disliked either like millionaires or content creators for reasons, not because I was jealous, but for other reasons. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Like sometimes I actually just thought their content was bad. But one of the things I've realized is that watching someone behind the screen gives you such a different perception of who they are compared to meeting them in real life. I've actually disliked some people that I've seen on YouTube because of like their persona or whatever. but meeting them in person, they always usually tend out to be like really genuine and cool. So I think it's just really hard when you just have this one-way relationship where you don't actually get, you know, a back and forth conversation with them. So definitely I've kept that in mind moving forward, you know, as I watch or, you know, find other people online, not to judge too harshly because of that. The one lad says, it is awesome seeing specifically PC nerds in a room. Makes us feel less alone being surrounded by non-PC dweebs. Yeah, it definitely is cool to see very like-minded people in the same space. Just, you know, having fun and stuff. Okay. So, one thing I do want to mention is because of the generous donations for all the memberships, shout out to, you know, everyone and the people who have joined even if though they weren't gifted it. We do have 2 new, and these are kind of placeholders, but maybe they might not be, depending on how many more slots I get. But I have 2 new emotes I added, which may be able to be used during the streams quite a bit. But yeah, I didn't want the slots to go away should the membership count go down, you know, as people don't resubscribe and stuff. So we got some Dino Nugget and Tater Tot. So 2 things very iconic to the LAN Party Story series. So feel free to use those. And then we got Braythorn. Oh, I gotta turn on the Spitfire alerts for Braythorns as well. Braythorn, which also check out Braythorn's channel. How come I can't bring up his highlight? Here we go. Just pretend it. Nah, I appreciate all gifted donos, so don't worry about that, Braythorn. But yeah, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. But yeah, check out Braythorn's channel. Again, he does a lot of stuff on, if you're into pre-built systems and just like PCs and PC gaming in general, Braythorn's got a pretty awesome channel, so definitely check him out. Yeah, we got the floor tots in the house right here. Yeah, so I know regarding LTX, I know Chris from Coalition Gaming, he was there at LTX 2019. We actually went together. We got an Airbnb together with Ozzy from Oddstocks Hardware. Chris is definitely down to go again. I'm for sure wanting to go. So we're going to see who all is trying to go from the content creator side of things. So, you know, it would be a great opportunity to meet up with viewers if any of you all are going or are planning on going. Yusuf, is there different if I build a PC with different brands? Are you saying like, is there gonna be a difference in performance if you build a PC using like one set of brands, like let's say a Asus graphics card versus MSI graphics card and such? And if so, if that's your question, I would say there's not, especially for beginning PC users, there's not a big enough difference to like worry about it too much. If you have a lot of money to spend, then yeah, you can go for the more premium brands, you know, ones with better warranties and stuff. But for the most part, the gaming performance side of things and the system performance isn't going to be too crazy different if you're running mostly at stock. Shane Essex says, did you see my last comment? I did not. We got a whole bunch of super chats and stuff that came through that I think I probably missed it. Okay, yeah, you make a good point here. I think, the super chats are still going through. I don't even think these are Braythorns yet. I think this might still be from either Doback Slaps or Citrus. Because it runs in the background when I hide it. So I'm going to hide it, but I do want to show appreciation to, you know, all the membership joins and gifts tonight. So thank you. But Shane Essex makes a good point. The thing I find is if I say I don't like, people tell me that, yeah, not liking something doesn't mean you hate it. There's a huge difference between hating something and not liking it. But I think it's still a good point to bring up that not liking someone not liking someone's content is, I think it's actually perfectly fine. Not liking someone because of it is a different story if you never actually met them in person. So, yeah. But yeah, regarding LTX, as I was saying, 2023, this definitely it's gonna be like, it's gonna be huge. They've had to cancel it 2 years in a row. I think Jason was telling me since LTX 2019. Let's see if we can look this up actually. Linus's channel since 2019 has grown huge. And if you guys didn't know, this is a website called Social Blade. This is where you can go if you're a content creator to feel bad about yourself if you get bad ratings or bad statistics. But let's just see Linus's growth. How much can we zoom back? Oh, you have to pay. Dang it. Yeah, you have to pay to zoom out, I think. No. I wanted to see further back. Coalition Gaming Chris says, I used to spend so much time on here. Yeah, I used to spend quite a bit of time on Social Blade as well. Linus got an A-, which is kind of hard to do. I usually sit... Oh, jeez. Do not look me up. I'm not going to look myself up on the stream, but... I usually float anywhere between a C... So I've reached a B- before, but these days, the channel's kind of been going up and down crazily, so... I might even be worse than a C. So, yeah, definitely don't look me up. But, if we look at... they don't... yeah, I definitely wanted to... Oh, total subscribers. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, what is Linus at now? It's 14 million. Almost 15 million. Is this right? September 2022. This was November 2019. Back then, yeah, he was definitely around the 7 or 8 million subscribers. So he has almost doubled in the last 3 years, which is crazy. I have a B-, says Kevin No. I just checked. Oh, thank God. B- would be horrible when it comes to report cards if you were talking to my mom, but I'm actually pretty happy about it being a B- despite, because like more recently, the growth of my channel has been really weird. I've actually had some negative growth in some of the months, so. But yeah. Yeah, Linus has grown so much since 2019 that I'm sure he's gonna make this next LTX 2023 huge. In terms of like, there's just way more sponsors that he has now. He himself has expanded his team, his facility, so there's no reason for them not to go all out this next year. Lobster Freak, you are a member. I'm not sure who gave you that membership specifically, but yeah, you're saying thank you to whoever did. Yeah, confidence is also very important. The stats are whatever. Like, the one thing that you hear a lot about when it comes to YouTube is don't obsess over the numbers, which is, it's almost impossible not to. But more recently, I've been more chill about my like channel statistics than I was when I definitely first started the channel. It is what it is. Like, I've been doing YouTube for coming up on 7 years. So in those 7 years, you realize that, you know, with YouTube, there's its ups and there's its downs. But as long as you're still enjoying it, and, you know, it's stuff like doing these streams and the comments that I get, that people who keep encouraging me, that, you know, the numbers doesn't matter as long as I have that support. So, B- bros, let's go. Robert Cow says, I feel like I've grown out of Linus's content. I just don't watch / enjoy it anymore. And I can see where you're coming from that, because even I personally don't watch every single... Linus releases one video a day, right? Does he release 7 videos a week? Or is it like 6 or 5 or something? See, I don't even know. So I don't watch every single one of Linus's videos, but I do still occasionally tune in to see what's going on, as well as, you know, just still like definitely keep him in the back of my mind and respect what he does, even though I don't actively watch him anymore. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot too. He has like multiple channels, right? So there's channel Super Fun, and then the Bach Tech Linked. Do they still do tech? What's the shorts? The short tips one? I don't know if they've like combined any of the channels and stuff, but yeah, so they have so many channels that they probably do release more than one video a day. Yeah. A lot of people do confuse me with Dennis, which is pretty funny. I actually took a picture with Dennis at LTX 2019 to show how different we look, but yeah, Tech Quickie, there it is. Tech Quickie is actually, do they still produce content there? But yeah, I mean, I would say I've kind of grown out of his content, but I still, yeah, one day ago, holy crap. How do they still keep the amount that their company does is ridiculous? Because if you ever made a YouTube video ever, you would know how difficult it is to even pump out like once a week, which for me even can get difficult. But pumping out one a day, even with all the help and stuff, the amount of coordination is crazy. Yeah, even if you have 80 employees though, like, could you imagine being at the running your own YouTube channel with 80 people under you and releasing content across multiple channels and even being in some of the videos? I don't think that's easier. I have it way easier as a smaller or medium-sized content creator making one video a week than Linus does with 80 employees under him still. I'm sure of it. So, you know, I definitely want to give him credit where credit is due. Fight Dennis mirror match. Yeah, that'd be funny because they just did the fighting thing recently. But yeah, that's pretty much it on LTX 2023. I wanted to talk about it, get some of your guys' thoughts. It sounds like some people here are going, some people here are interested in going, but definitely there will be content on it. Dude, this is about a year, a little bit less than a year from now. So it's going to be a while, but definitely building up to it, there's going to be a lot of hype. So yeah. Yeah, he's not running them, but he's definitely running enough stuff where I'm sure he doesn't sleep that many hours in the night. And just the fact that he still shows up in videos is kind of crazy to me because, again, if you've ever recorded yourself on camera or like been in a video, it's hard. Even if you are given a script to read that you didn't write yourself, it's not easy. But yeah, I guess... Is there any other tech news that was huge this past week that you guys wanted to talk about? I mean, we had the new releases of Intel and Nvidia cards the previous week, so that was pretty big. And then like the week before that, it was the benchmark. So I think this week it's pretty chill on the news side of things. Oh yeah. So 4080 12GB, Nvidia released an official statement. I saw it on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure it should be on the website, right? Nvidia RTX 4080 12GB. So let me see if Nvidia.com. Here we go. Yeah, so this is their... wait, where is it? Unlaunching. Okay, yeah. So this is the official Nvidia website. And then they put out like this official statement, and wow, they had pictures of people in line and everything. But the RTX 4080 12GB is a fantastic graphics card, but it's not named right, which a lot of content creators were calling them out about. But so we're pressing the unlaunch button, which I don't recall ever happening before. Has this ever happened before? If it did, either I wasn't into PCs before, or I just wasn't following the news closely enough. But so what does unlaunching it at this point mean? If they're already had them in production, do they just slap a different label on it? And does this shift everything else they had in the pipeline down? So we'll see. The RTX 4080 16GB is amazing and on track to delight gamers everywhere on November 16th. But if the lines around the block and enthusiasm for the 4090 is any indication, the reception of the 4080 will be awesome. So yeah, the lower SKU card, which everyone was calling like a 4070 or 4070 Ti, they undid that. That was just 5 days ago. So I guess let's see what people have to say about that. Yeah, so it was unlaunched. So Okay, I'm gonna talk about something in a second after I read all these comments. Apple announced the new iPads yesterday with a huge price increase for the base model. Yeah, so I mean, if we were looking at like synonymous companies in their own respective spaces, like for phones and tablets being Apple being the premium brand, I would say Nvidia is the premium brand for graphics cards. So the top companies who have that crazy brand loyalty and quote unquote ecosystems, they're behaving in similar ways. But there's so much more behind it that a lot of people don't even know, that we shouldn't completely be too quick to judge, right? Like how much of the price increase is justified based on just global supply chain related issues and inflation, and how much of it is quote unquote greed, as people say it. So let's see. Nvidia really be out there with those anti-consumer practices. Oh, so I want to comment on this, but let me keep on going through. Braythorn, I gotta run, got a thing in 5 minutes. Hope you have a great shoot. Dude, Braythorn, thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it, and thanks for the gifted memberships. But take it easy, and I'll see you later. Change the name on the box. Yeah, Coalition Game. If I launch an object from a trebuchet, I don't think I could unlaunch it, lol. Funny wording, but I get it. But I'm sure you saw my many tweets on my take. Yeah. So let me ask the question now. Robert, Gamers Nexus had a good video on what's probably gonna happen. Dude, how long was that video by chance? I watch quite a bit of Gamers Nexus and Hardware Unboxed. That's where like I've shifted. I think that's like the natural progression of things, right? As you watch, a lot of people get started watching Linus, and then as they want to go more technical, more detailed stuff, then they shift towards channels like Gamers Nexus and Hardware Unboxed. And that's the channels that I really enjoy watching. But because there's always stuff to learn when you're watching them, but it's really hard to watch their videos because of how long it is if you're a beginner. A lot of just the stuff can go over your head. So yeah. So how long was the Gamers Nexus video on it? I wish I could watch every single one of their videos, but because of the length and how much they produce, it's just really hard to. VVBHRB, how do you give memberships on mobile? I would give, wow. First of all, thank you for wanting to gift, but I don't know if you can gift on mobile. YouTube, unfortunately, is kind of behind on like the development on the streaming side of things. They made great strides, but like as of recent, but there's still a lot that they need to work on. There's still a lot of features that I wish YouTube would implement on streams, but to my knowledge, I don't know. I don't think you can gift on mobile. So unlaunching it. Well, what is the? I'm trying to think of what the actual definition of what a launch looks like when it comes to tech. When AMD or Nvidia or Intel previously have launched their products, would you consider their announcement, like their keynote announcements, the launch? Or would you consider the first day that it is available on shelves to consumers the launch? Because I think most tech like news outlets and stuff, when they use the word launch on the keynote delivery, like before the product is even available to buy, when it is first like officially announced and specs are given and stuff like that. So yeah. I used to like Linus, but I feel like later on he really started to lose touch with the average gamer, everyday gamer. There were some videos where Linus, I think a lot of the bigger content creators, and maybe it's because we have different expectations, but like when they have called like this is a budget gaming PC, or like this is really cheap and affordable, and they would be talking about like a $1,500 PC, I would always look at that and be like, whoa. Have they lost touch with reality, or have I lost touch with reality? Is $1,500 a lot or not a lot of money when it comes to you know, disposable income to spend on a hobby, I guess depending on how you frame it, it could be little or a lot, you know. Like $1,500 if you're a full-time content creator, that's actually pretty cheap for a system that you rely on to do your day-to-day job. $1,500 to a kid in high school who barely got his first job making minimum wage at a fast food place part-time, that is a lot of money. So it depends how you frame it. But yeah, sometimes the bigger channels, they don't have the best takes, but usually once they get enough backlash, they come around and they realize, you know, their mistakes. Citrus says, I watch less tech content. Really only you now. Honestly, I really question why you watch me out of everyone, or just like, why am I bunched into whatever group that you still do watch? You read more articles now. But yeah, because I feel like there are a lot of other creators that create more consistent and even better content than me. So I really do appreciate that you know, stick around and still watch my stuff, because my videos are definitely all over the place. Sometimes it's builds, sometimes it's like side-by-side comparisons, sometimes it's freaking LAN parties that have nothing to do with PC building, but just using our PCs and stuff like that. So yeah. No shower scene in the Wasteland video. Yeah. Okay, so I want to get back to my question for Nvidia. So a lot of the times, not just with like this launch of the graphics card, but even when like celebrities and stuff, they do an oopsie, they apologize. So this was essentially Nvidia apologizing after getting backlash. Every time this happens, whether it be them, whether it be a celebrity saying something like, or doing something racist or stupid in the past or something like that, and an apology, a formal apology is given, there are two camps of like responses. There are the people who accept the apology because it shows that they're learning or they're growing, etc. And then there's the other people who say they're only apologizing because they got the backlash. Had that not happened, they wouldn't have done that, and they still would be, you know, screwing you over or whatever. I usually tend to go to the forgiving side, because what do you want them to do? They have two choices. They can apologize for what they did wrong, or they could just not do anything at all. Like, no matter what, they lose in the end. They don't apologize, people are saying like they're super in the wrong. They apologize and people still criticize them for doing it only for publicity's sake. Man, I can't talk, my mouth is getting too dry. I need to drink water. I need more water reminders today. But yeah, people who criticize them for only doing it because of the backlash and not because they came around and realized what they were doing was like, you know, not good consumer practices or whatever. And both can be true at the same time. That's true. I guess we'll never know which one could be more true, or if one of the two are only true. But I guess it's up to you to decide and judge for yourself. We got some more channel members. Let me see. Nope, I think these are still some of the old ones. Yeah, because Fury just became a channel member, and we're not even at Fury yet. We're at some other names up here. Yeah, we're at Nadim. So this is, they're gonna go on ridiculous. This is crazy. Yeah, damage control. Well, okay, so because I'm a content creator and, you know, my videos reach millions of people and stuff. Let's just say one day I do something wrong or stupid just because I wasn't thinking. Like I say something really like politically incorrect or whatever due to a lapse of judgment. If I apologized, is it really because of damage control? Or is it because I actually realized what I did was wrong and wanted to apologize and be better moving forward? So I guess the be better moving forward is the key thing here, because here Nvidia is giving us an apology, right? Moving forward, would we ever see this happen on any other launch down the line? this hasn't happened to this degree before. So this is like the first time for Nvidia to do something like this, even though they have had weird launches in the past and confusing launches, like 3GB versus 6GB 1060s is what people have been bringing up, and things like that. But I guess I would say it's too soon to judge them whether or not they learn from this at this very moment. So I'm one to tend to give people the benefit of the doubt until I see something like this happen again. But you've heard me complain. See, I'm someone who has complained about Nvidia's high prices before, and even I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. So, by the way, and I'm not wearing green because I'm sponsored by Nvidia, by the way. They're not sponsoring me, they're not paying me to try to make them look good. I'm just trying to be as fair as possible. So, and I'm just trying to gauge what your guys' thoughts are. Damien says, "Hey Danny, thoughts about tech channel Craft Computing? I'm curious since you talk about." Yeah, so I know who Craft Computing is. He's actually he's down in Oregon, so you know, one state away from me. I don't watch too much of Craft Computing's content just because he does a lot more stuff with like servers, and I'm for the most part, I just focus on gaming PCs, and he has done gaming PC content, but he is more on like the networking side of things and servers and stuff like that. So all that stuff kind of goes over my head, and I don't have too much of an interest to learn more about them. But you know, we are friendly with each other in terms of like on Twitter and stuff like that. We know who each other are. We've never met though. I'm sure he's probably going to be coming to LTX 2023. So yeah, yeah, I mean, he makes good content. So it's just not the types of topics that I generally like gravitate towards. So yeah. I always believe in second chances. That said, when they are repeat offenses, then I turn my back. Which, yeah, you could argue that Nvidia have been repeat offenders, not for specifically doing this, but they've done things that didn't make customers too happy multiple times in the past. So that's kind of like saying you messed up, but you messed up in different ways. It's not like they're see, that means they are learning, right? If they're not making the same exact mistake every single time, but each time it's a new mistake, then that's kind of at least a happy medium. I don't know. Orenter77 says, build a high budget PC. I mean, I built some expensive systems on the channel. Not recently though. The most expensive one, and it was expensive aesthetically, was for my friend James. That was like a $2,000+ PC, but I don't do those too often. Are people interested in seeing like the highest end stuff? For me, it's not as interesting because you already know it's going to run everything you throw at it. It's more interesting to set yourself a price limit and see what you can get, the most you can get out of that. But Danny, you are one person. People make mistakes, sure, but they are a huge corp with a track record of shady. Yeah, so this is getting to the conversation of our company's people. That isn't just one person's mistake. That error was for sure approved by many higher ups. I mean, you know, working at a company that also have made mistakes like that, I can see where you're coming from, but knowing sometimes that how those mistakes make it through that many people, some of these things are harder than what they seem at the surface. I don't know for Nvidia specifically, but I know for a fact that it's not always as easy as it seems. Okay, man, so for being such a chill stream, we've been able to fill up the entire time with a lot of different topics. Which, if I ever do get around to making the stream clips channel, I think we can make some really cool short videos out of it, just discussing some of these things. Because, like the whole Linus thing, I think, yeah, I think that was a really good discussion of like different people's opinions on him, and then like me giving my own personal opinion on him. But, Nvidia misnaming their products have happened a lot, though. Yeah, but. So the price difference between the 3 versus 6 gigabyte wasn't that big. I don't even, let's take a look what their MSRPs were at launch. Because it wasn't that big. Let's see, 6 gigabyte. It's not like the 3 gigabyte 1060, and I'm not trying to be an Nvidia apologist here. I'm just trying to be as like unbiased as possible. So I'm just looking at like the facts. It's not like the 1063 gigabyte was the performance of a 1050 or something like that, right? So that, while it was a similar situation, was not nearly as bad. So what was the 6 gigabyte MSRP? Does anyone remember? Yeah, I remember the 970 with like 3.5 gigabytes instead of actual 4 gigabytes VRAM. All right, so the 1066 gigabyte was $299. Really? I had the channel when they launched. For some reason, they quickly dropped to around the, oh, maybe I was thinking of the 3 gigabyte. Because I remember when the 3 gigabytes were, okay, wait, it was $100 difference? How am I getting this old that I'm not remembering this? Can anyone confirm? Even the base bones, $199. Yeah, so Anantech reported on this. 3 gigabyte at $200. All right, here we go. 6 gigabyte was, oh, the Founders was more expensive. The MSRP for was $250. Okay, so it wasn't $300. Yeah, $300 sounded way too expensive. So Patrick McGovern says, I just can't believe you can get your hands on a 5700 XT for like $150 now. Yeah, let's actually do some eBay lookups. All right, so we're well into an hour past stream. So let me see if this Spitfire alert's still going off. Okay, I think it finally ended. There's no more. So we've got through all the Spitfire alerts for all the donations. So thank you for that. But yeah, we're an hour past stream. We've had some really good conversations. I'm going to open it up now to if anyone wants to look at anything on Twitter, because I know I missed some stuff last week. I don't know if those same people are even here on the stream. But if I missed your submissions last week, if you can submit them again. Or if you want me to look at anything like PC part picker lists, look at pre-builts if you're interested in buying one, but you want a second opinion, things like that, submit it to my Twitter. Instructions are in the description below. Just tag me on Twitter. Definitely write something before you do the @nerd on a budget, because if you don't, then I don't see the notification, because Twitter's dumb like that. But yeah, aside from that, I'm just gonna look at some stuff on eBay just to look at the pricing of things, especially since Patrick McGovern just brought up the fact that 5700 XTs are they 150? Is that like local market, or I think eBay would be a little more expensive, because that just seems way too cheap for eBay. So I'm gonna bring it up now. So let's see, RX 5700 XT. No way they're that cheap on eBay, are they? Okay, let's see what else she said. N2 Tech says, LAN party was awesome. Thanks for posting it. For sure. Thank you for the compliments on it. Hazard Me says, I have a lot of Nvidia cards. I have not owned an AMD card since ATI. Yeah, that's a long time ago, lol. I'm very interested to see what AMD brings to the table. I mean, I would say this last generation that they had was pretty good. I'm using it right now. Literally zero issues. If I had issues, I would bring them up. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, specifically make AMD looks good, but as a content creator, I think AMD serves me just fine. And so many other content creators, they choose Nvidia without even trying AMD, even though they have access to AMD. So Oh yeah, and then there was a thing where you could do the 57XT, like what Star 5328 is saying here. If you get a 5700, you could flash it with the 57XT BIOS and get better performance out of it. But I mean, that required flashing the BIOS. I would not consider like something like a beginner task. First of all, there's the risks of doing it, and then it does require a little bit more technical knowledge. Sure, there are tutorials that explain how to do it very easily, but just the knowledge that doing that exists is not common knowledge, right? Like, if you gather 100 beginners out there and say, hey, do you know what flashing the BIOS of a graphics card is? I would think that, I don't know, maybe like 10% of them might know what it is. Internet user just bought a 3070 on offer for $460, and the guy gave a free pack of gum. Works good. Gum also tasted good. So yeah, it's funny because $460 definitely. I'm guessing that's a used card, hopefully, because 3070s have not hit that $500 price point yet. But let's take a look at these. Let's take a look at these 5700 XTs, which I think I've done 1 or 2 builds on the channel with them. Great performing cards. They just kind of got overshadowed by the fact that the pandemic happened, so a lot of their like life, they weren't like available for people to buy, and now people are just going for the 6000 series. Now that we're past the pandemic, kind of. We're probably never gonna be actually past the pandemic, but it's only gonna get as good as this, I think. Okay, let me look. So we're gonna pick condition, new, open box, everything except for broken stuff. 5700 XT. Buy it now. What are we looking at? No fan? Well, okay, 174 for a missing fan, which is totally fine. I've used a card with a missing fan before. With no issues, honestly. Most of the time, especially if you have adequate cooling in your PC case, your fan's only running at like 50-60% if you have like a decent card with a decent cooler. So if you're missing one fan, this card may ramp up to like 70, maybe 80. You could probably cap it and let it just run a little warmer. Some people just love running their parts at like, 50-60 degrees, which I'm okay with my stuff getting like mid 70s, maybe sometimes spiking up to 80 degrees on occasion. These were made to go up to like 100 C plus. So one fan should be fine, but 174 a little pricey when you can almost get a like for, I guess 250 would be a 6600. But we were seeing $200, 6600, so kind of hard. Patrick McGovern says, even my blower 9080 Ti only hits 70 most of the time, and it's just one fan. That's true. How loud is that, though? Some of those blower cards, they get really loud, though. Brian Aggressor says, I never let mine above 65 in the summer. Too hot. N2 Tech says, just glue a generic fan to it. Yeah, well, you don't have to glue it. You can just zip tie like some case fans over this and it could blow air into it. But yeah, so there are definitely ways that you... 174 for this though, I don't know. I would spend a little bit more. Like, I was seeing 190 6600s. So... and then what is this one? Fan. This is a heatsink fan only. So if you want the heatsink fan without the actual card, holy crap, 64 bucks. That's kind of expensive considering this is like you have to add this on top of having the card. So let's say you buy a card with a broken fan and it was a little bit discounted. This would still be a pretty big premium. At that point, you just pay a little more and just get a card that's in good working condition. Instead of Frankensteining 2 cards together, right? Hey, what's up, Kaz? You made it! You did! The stream... I mean, we still have like 40-ish minutes left of stream, but yeah. Patrick McCover says his 9080 Ti found reference card does run at like 4,000 RPM when it's max. Yeah, I've had which card did I have that was reference? It was the I recently had that 1070 and the 1080, but the 780 I think I had that was reference. Oh, that thing was loud. Yeah, so let's look at the RX 6600 since we just mentioned that in the used market. No way. Seriously? 170? Yeah, so for the same price, you look at the 5700 XT or the 660 used but in like new condition, huh? It's what they're saying. With no description whatsoever. Just one feedback, so this could be a little sketch. This seems almost too cheap. Because these are still going for like 250, right? But 170? Pretty ridiculous. This one has no fan. And this one's 175 with free shipping. Here we go. Just gotta put some, strap some case fans onto that. Yeah, definitely you wouldn't feel cheated, but I guess in terms of like how much longer the card would have been running just due to its age, like a 6600 would have been running less and have technically more life in the fans and like capacitors and stuff if you care to run your card for that long compared to a 5700 XT statistically, finding one in the used market. But yeah, both cards would be fine. I upgrade fairly often, so I'm probably not going to have it to the end of... Yeah, most people don't. I mean, the end of a life cycle is very subjective, right? I don't even know what I would personally consider. Like, what would you all consider the end of a life cycle of a graphics card? Is it the date that they give the final, like, driver release? Which I wouldn't count that as the date because... the reason they're giving that final driver release is to give it its last hoorah. So there's some X amount of time afterward that the card still has support or still, you know, runs. So the end of life, I think, is a lot longer usually than what most people would consider it. 6 years, says NT Tech. I don't know. 6 years? I don't know if I would consider something like the... So if we look at the... I like to go back to this card a lot because I personally had one, and I actually just let someone use it recently, and they were playing all the titles with us, like during the LAN party. It was Jillian. That PC that she was using had a GTX 970 in it. So like a GTX 970 came out in September of 2014. It's going on 9 years now, and it can still play. You can still play like Cyberpunk and stuff like that. You can still play all the newest titles at lower resolutions, lower frame rate, but it can still play them, and it can still play new games that aren't super demanding just fine. So, you know, what is the end of life? If it can still run games at the FPS that I want, yeah. Okay, in that case, then yeah, 6 years is probably like more reasonable. Shane Eslick still running a PC that has a GTX 275 in it. What do you do with that PC? I had the GTX 280, so that card is very near and dear to my heart. But a GTX 275, I remember when I was looking, I think that was one of the options. And at the time, I definitely knew very little about computers. So I just saw that, like, it was the 280, I think the 275, and maybe it was the 295, but that was way more expensive. There was all the cards, and I just picked something that was kind of like in the upper mid tier. But yeah, 2009 was when the 275 came out. Yep, that sounds about right, because my first personal computer with my own money build was 2009. 6 years is finally paid for itself territory for normal humans, says Uncle Bill. Wait, what's the lawsuit? Oh, the lawsuit edition, yeah. My cousin is running my old 970 lawsuit edition. Thanks for the reminder of the water, Kevin. No days. Okay. I have a question. I have a good PC, but even though I do, I still get FPS drops. Are you playing Fortnite by chance? Or maybe Call of Duty Warzone? There are games out there where even if you have like really good specs, they are optimized so poorly that you will still run into like micro stutters or you know, frame dips where it would like look like lag for moments at a time. Oh, you play both? Pfft. Okay, so that's probably why. Yeah, those games I have seen and even tested them personally with like Ryzen 9 you know, RTX 3080 system, and I still get random like low 1% lows. It's ridiculous. It's the games. It's the games, maybe like also the driver version too, but I blame the games because I see it on no matter what hardware I use. Games like Fortnite and Warzone, they just get horrible frame drops. It's bad. But then you get other games like Apex Legends that run as smooth as eggs on like freaking a potato. Valorant is a game where a potato can run it at, me and Jason were talking about this not too long ago, like 300 FPS. You can run a Dell Optiplex system with like a crap old graphics card and get like 200 plus FPS. It's crazy. Japo, yeah, I saw your comment on the LAN video. Yes, did everyone enjoy the LAN video? Which I didn't even talk about, which I should for a quick second. So if you weren't aware, I released the newest LAN party stories 2022 video. I released it a couple days ago. Definitely check this out. It's a long video. It's 2 hours. It was cut down from like 16 plus hours of camera footage and then like 4 hours of gameplay footage. But yeah, this was an awesome LAN party. You know, after COVID and everything, being the first like one back, that we didn't wear masks to, especially like we were maskless on this one. So there was a flamethrower. Like, I mean, come on, where else can you want from it? But yeah, definitely check that video if you haven't seen it yet. Nice, actually. Seeing people enjoy their PCs. So there's gonna be another video coming out from that LAN party, and it has to do with the PC that Jillian was using. Because like I said, she was using a her system had an i5 6600 in it, Skylake processor. It had a GTX 970 in it. This is totally like a 2014 era PC, right? And she was playing every single game that we played and enjoying it. She had a great time. So there's definitely a lesson there where you should not need a powerful PC to enjoy PC gaming. Having a PC and being able to play is like 70% of the way there. The last 30% to get to 100% is all the other bells and whistles of high specs, RGB, aesthetics, and stuff like that. But just having a game that can play the games that, a PC that can play the games you want should put you at like 70% of the way to enjoying like PC gaming. So you have a 3080 in your house and you made her play on that? Well, so the story behind that, and I'll tell it in the video when I actually do the video, is it was a last minute decision that she was gonna come. Basically Danny had asked like, hey, is it cool if she comes? She's been interested in it. And you know, she'll probably just play on her Switch and hang out the entire time. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. And then eventually people were like, wait, does she want to game with us? And then remember, this was like the night before. So basically she eventually ended up coming, and we said, yeah, we can get a PC up and running for you. And I already had that one built, ready to go. So I figured also that like, cause she's not a hardcore PC, you know, like people who don't game a lot, but it turns out she actually does game quite a bit. Her computer is just broken, so that's another story. But she was having so much fun, and she complimented that system so much. Like, I didn't include it in the video because it's gonna be in the secondary video that is following it up. But she thoroughly enjoyed this system that I had thrown together. that I had refurbished worth like $300 to $400. She enjoyed it more than some people who have like $1,500 to $2,000 systems that constantly complain about everything. So yeah, I want to make that video because there's a lesson to be learned about, you know, enjoying what you have and appreciating the fact that just being able to PC game is a huge step in itself. So yeah. Was the PC Jan brought the one you built for him a while back? Yeah, that was the one that Jan was using, the one that I gifted to him as well. Martin was using the PC that he got, James. So they're all on their new PCs and stuff like that. The pho, dude, the pho. Okay, so remember how my mom came and she helped make the pho? Well, she did a lot of good things to make the pho turn out as good as it did. But she also accidentally recommended putting in too much sugar. We put in this rock candy yellow sugar into the pho recipe. And she told me to put way too much in. So the broth initially was super sweet. And we had to rebalance it with the other spices and stuff to resalt it up. So yeah. Sugar is good. Imagine too much sugar to the point where the pho is sweet though. That's not what you want. But yeah, the stuff that you put in pho is like this rock sugar stuff. We ended up putting way too much in it. But we were able to fix it. Everyone enjoyed it and it tasted good at the end. But yeah. Yeah. So the fish sauce definitely helped balance it out, as well as some of the other stuff. Yeah, the burnt onion into the charred onion in the pho. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we definitely fixed it, but we didn't let them taste it. Me and Melissa, we initially tasted the soup, and it was sweet. So we're like, oh crap. No, we gotta salvage this. We put way too much time and effort into this, and we were end up being able to save it. That's a good thing about cooking. Like, unless it's baking, you can always adjust and fix. So yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go check over on the Twitter side of things. I'm not sure if there's any submissions at all. Here we go. So we do have some. Oh, we have one, which we can take a look at, and then for the most part, we can just chill for the rest of the land. I might be able to end early, and what do we have? We have leftovers for dinner. We made Japanese curry with potatoes, carrots, and chicken, as always. Okay, so on the Twitter side of things, which you guys still have time to submit if you want, we got a setup. So let's take a look. We have Matthew Smith with the submission. Any thoughts on what I could do with this setup? Are those nano leaf hexagons, or are there other generic brands out? I always thought these looked so cool, but man, they're expensive. I think RGB lights do a decent job of like getting ambiance in a room. So, oh here, let me show that side. I also have a corner one. So yeah, like all this stuff was like super cheap. RGB strips like 15 to 20 bucks. That thing I bought over there was like 20 bucks. So yeah, these nano leaf panel things are usually pretty pricey. Even though I would happily take some as a gift for free, but I can't justify buying them. But alright, here's your setup. You got the new game / continue Final Fantasy 7 poster on the wall. It's looking like a pretty clean and neat setup. What I could do to set up, same to the chat too. So if you guys have any opinions, Matthew Smith would love to hear it. The build had the RX 6600 and 12400 at very solid, like almost pretty much expected, kind of like mid-range build in this day and age. What would I do, dude? So you do have a vertical monitor, which I always like pointing that out because to me, like I've only known two types of people to do vertical monitors. It's either coders, because they need that for all the lines of code to be able to be visible at the same time, or if they like to read a lot of like articles, you know, like longer news articles or stuff like that, or I guess scrolling Reddit, fitting more on the screen in the vertical space, because otherwise it's just empty space on the sides when it gets too wide. But this setup looks really clean. Your cable management is on point. You don't have like a bunch of crap on your desk. You have like these cute little plants. What are these things called? They're like little cactus, right? That needs minimal water. You've got a mini Stream Deck. I almost said Steam Deck. I confuse the two often when I speak. But your background matches the whole ambience of the room. What would I do differently? Okay, so this is the one lad, I think. The one lad says, they are the Leafs wanted to splurge, plus they are for the house we are looking to buy eventually. Yeah. Okay, so you're also planning for the future. I mean, even if I had to roast this is a very clean setup. I would question though, when you do upgrade, are you gonna look into a longer table? It looks like it could be a little bit crowded on here if you ever work on anything at your desk, which is something that I like. I love super long desks. This one, I don't know what the length is, but if you want to give yourself more space, because like the PC is right up against the monitor, like without any space in between. So I don't know, like, do you ever feel cramped here at all? And if you do, would a longer table or wider and longer table help you out? But if not, then pretty much, yeah. I think bigger, yeah. Wayne is also saying good setup, just needs a bigger table. What else are people saying? Maybe a mic upgrade. I don't know what mic is on there right now. It looks like it's in the shadows here, so we can't tell what mic there is, but you can get, whoa. You can get 10 of the panel leaves from Aliexpress. Let me open up a window so I can look that up real quick. That seems way too cheap. $5 a panel, because here, we'll go back to that. Nano, how much are these nano leaf hexagons? Nano leaf shaped hexagon. Where can you, oh, you can buy from Apple and stuff. Let's see, Amazon. Yeah, so for those, you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do you get? You get a 7-pack for $200. So if I can get 10 for $57 on AliExpress, and it's even remotely close to this, I might consider that. So I'll look that up in a second, but we'll finish here. What else do we have? Kale 130 compliments saying that's a nice setup. I had a nice 6-foot long table I bought off of Amazon for my setup, but my wife stole it. Those darn wives. Hey, what's up? Hey, Martin's in the chat. Martin from LAN. Yeah, dude, Japanese curry. Just make a big pot and it lasts you for like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days, depending on how much you eat. I have a vertical monitor for web browsing. Yeah, like I'm definitely a oh wait, vertical for web browsing. Got it. I'm definitely, even though I have 2 ultra wides, both of mine. Did anyone here by chance run ultra wide vertical? Because that'd be crazy. I don't think I've seen that before. Maybe that would be just way too tall, because ultra wides are already like super long, so putting it vertical might just look ridiculous. Okay, you used to use the table for essay writing and work, and yeah, articles and papers for your job. Okay, so that's what you use the monitor for. Got it. Patrick McGovern says, I'm eventually going to have 2 side-by-side horizontal monitors and a vertical one once my daughter moves out, so I can have my own office. Are you already counting down the days till your daughter moves out? No, I'm just joking. But yeah, the most I've ever run was a 3-monitor setup, all horizontal. They were all like 23-inch typical, like, you know, 1080p monitors. What are your thoughts on a stacked monitor setup? Well, my thoughts are that it is my preferred choice because, don't disconnect you, because that's what I have now. I have a stacked monitor setup, and there's you guys on OBS up there. But yeah, I definitely am a huge fan of the stacked ultra wides, just because I'm kind of obsessed. I've been obsessed with ultra wides ever since I got my first monitor that was ultra wide, so it's kind of hard for me to go back to a normal aspect ratio. after having it. I did not roast him, did I? Is 1080 Ti for 250 Canadian a good deal? What is the 250 CAD to USD? So what is that? 181. Is it a good deal? I would say that's pretty close to their going rate. eBay is probably gonna have them for what, 200 bucks? Let's see. Let's take a look at what 1080 Ti's are going for. Yeah, 1080 Ti, here's 200 bucks for best offer. Oh, parts only. Are they going for more? Okay, so they're around 220. So local market maybe a little cheaper. So compared to eBay, I'd say it's a little bit lower, but honestly, we're seeing 6600s brand new for 200 bucks as well. 1080 Ti's, they're starting to get to the age where you might have to start worrying about stuff failing. So that's something you should consider. You know, if there are alternative options. Look at sold. Yeah, that's a good point. I like to look at listage because I want to see what's available. I don't want to come across a sold listing that was a good deal, like a once in a lifetime good deal or uncommon deal. Like, and also I don't want to look at stuff that was sold and for whatever reason in the last week, the market has shifted for whatever reason. So I usually try to look at real time, but we can look at sold. Where is it? Item seller options, show only, sold items and completed items. So how much are these going for? 1080 Ti's. The only thing about sold listings too is if they were bid on, something that requires you to wait a week of constantly checking it to see if it's been sniped up or not versus being able to buy it outright. That's more similar to buying something like in your local area. But yeah, all these are parts broken sold listings. Wow. Even though I put the filter on. I guess once it's sold, there's here, let me put this back on again because I hate eBay. Yeah, why is it still showing me parts only? I looked at sold listings. These have all been sold and I filtered it, but the filter's not staying on because parts only stuff are popping up. All these $100 ones are parts only. It's because I have it shipping lowest price. So we're gonna go down to here. Pre-owned 210. Here's 190, 180 plus 20 shipping. So around 200 bucks is looking like a pretty common price. Oh, did I click for parts? My bad. I thought I didn't. Where is it at? Oh, you're right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Well, the funny thing is, okay, I filtered it. Huh. Now we have these people who are trying to bypass the system, putting not working only in the title, but not categorizing it for parts only. So we got people like this too, ruining the shopping experience. Why are people like this? But yeah. Okay, so let's go down. Like, I don't believe for a second that any of these are actually working cards for 100 bucks. But once we start getting into the $190 territory, yeah, so it looks like it's around that price. So again, is it a good deal? No, it's pretty much the going rate. Okay. So I think I'm about to look at some of these nano leaf stuff. Okay, so we did get... Okay, here we go. We got two more, and then I'm gonna look at these cheap nano leaves. So next Twitter submission from a returning submitter, Nemus Dark, who has submitted multiple systems actually. $750 PCs are getting crazy value. So let's see what Nemus was able to put together. For $750, we have a Ryzen 5600, yep, B550 board, yep, 16 gigabytes of 3600 TL 18 RAM, sounds about standard. price wise, the 5600 has actually dropped like 10 to 20 bucks even in the last month, so that's good to see. $90 B550 board, good to see. Silicon power 512 gigabyte SSD for 33, which is crazy cheap. XFX 6700 for 3. Oh, this is the 6700. This is like the card that no one really has because it was released later. But 350 for that one. Then you have your Thermaltake case, a $50 case. Yeah, this is like I think a template $800-ish system would look like. $800 would give you more flexibility in terms of like the case, as well as like a different power supply if you don't, if you follow tier list and don't like the Smart series, or if you wanted like a terabyte of SSD. So yeah, for under 800 bucks, this is crazy value. This is actually very similar to the system that I made a video on. Mine was a little bit more pricey, but I definitely showed ways that you can easily cut the price down. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this build very solid. Like, again, now is the time to get into PC gaming again. Also, if you don't have that much money, you can kind of ignore all the news about like RTX 4090s, as well as like the new AMD cards when those drop. You're not looking at that generation of stuff. You're looking at past generations for that discounted, crazy good value price. Okay, so then we got the next one is a submission from Jason Whitmer, aka Jason the troll from chat. Jason, don't take any offense that I call you a troll, but nerd on a budget, noob streams, literally unroastable. What the heck is this? First of all, what do you use this setup for? Is this gonna be, do you have like an overhead mount for your filming for YouTube videos? But okay, we got Jason with the portable monitor, the USB powered portable monitor, it looks like, with the pink and white like anime girl aesthetic keyboard, PC facing the wrong way with the back facing us. We got this looks like an IKEA desk, like the Lynnwood desktop with the super wobbly legs. These legs and this table is so wobbly. I know from experience. Like, I've used this table for years. This isn't even a chair or a bench. Isn't this like a TV stand that they sell? Isn't this sold as like a TV stand? Like for your living room? This isn't even supposed to be a seat with no cushion or anything. But he's got some hard drives and stuff on here. So, no way that's his, LMAO. No, I think this is definitely in Jason's house. But this is definitely not his own personal setup, because we've seen his setup. He submitted it before. This is probably just his side workstation that he builds and tests systems on. Which, honestly, my bench... Let me pull up mine as well from... let's see. How much was that PC? $300 PC build? This is the first video on the channel. Here it is. So, if you can see in the background there, that's the same IKEA desk with the screw-in legs, I think. And here's me building on that. So, when I started out YouTube, I had a very similar setup for, like, not my own personal setup, but for, like, building the system. And there it is sitting on the side wall. So, yeah. It's very reminiscent of this. IKEA table in the corner with, like, all your PC stuff on. Yeah, there it is. Right there. So, very similar. That's kind of funny. Yeah. The legs are super wobbly. And I can't believe you even have overhead camera setup. The overhead camera setup is even wobbly, even on my super stable. It's just once you get stuff that long, it's impossible, unless it's framed out, to make it not shake. So even mine, if I bump it, it shakes like crazy. There's no way around it, unfortunately. Law, he uses a TV stand to add to illusion when his wife is watching his back while he PC games. Living on the edge with those legs. Yeah, these legs, I mean, how much do these legs cost? Like $6. It's like $6 a piece for the legs, and the tabletop is like 20 to 30 bucks. The IKEA desk is a starter desk for many people, but as soon as you can, try to upgrade away from it. Oh, okay. You sent a full video on Twitter. Let's take a look. Let's see. And this will be the... Oh, Nathan, thank you for sending the Aliexpress item. This is going to be the last Twitter submission as we go into the final... Okay, I can't tell if this is... Okay. I don't know who I'm roasting here. Am I roasting the Twitter compression or the video quality? But let's just see what we got here. So here's the setup. We got... Is that a dog or a cat with the setup there? And then your table on the right. I would not have imagined this is what the room looked like based on the picture. Oh, you got the air fryer down there with the hot water heater and stuff like that. Okay, okay. Oh, wait, you guys can't even see it. Let me... Sorry. I forgot I'm on the ultra wide. It doesn't show it. Let me replay it. Alright, so yep, you got your TV over here. So there's your setup. Your nano panels. Yeah, you got the air fryer. And then boom. And then there's your table setup. And that's an RGB desk mat. Yeah, one thing is that if you can get a like mount for your monitors, you buy up so much space. Which, let me turn this around. Let me make sure that I don't dox myself again. Like, if you look at my desk setup right now, it's just a big mess because I don't know, I'm messy. But the amount of space you gain underneath, where normally a monitor, like a monitor stand would usually sit here and maybe have some thing that pops out to here. But the amount of space that you gain from lifting your monitors up to an arm that sits back here, like, yeah, so much more space. So if you guys have ever thought or considered like monitor mounts, they are definitely worth it. It's just that you know, if you're tight on money, it's hard to justify paying for something when the monitor functions as it is already, right? It already comes with a stand. Why would I pay another 50 to 70 bucks for another stand? It's just, how much do you value the space? But yeah, Shane Essek apparently has the same Logitech Z333, I think, speakers as me. I mean, they're like a $40 set of speakers. They're super cheap. All right, let's look at these panels. 5776. Where's the count? Okay, here we go. Let's zoom in on here. I'm gonna post this. Oh crap, this is way too long. So let me get it into Bitly. And okay, so if you want AliExpress Nano Leaf for cheaper, if you guys want, I'll post that link there for you guys to check out or follow along. But here we go. RGB Bluetooth LED hexagon light, indoor wall light, app remote control. So you also get one of these crappy remotes that these stuff usually come with. I like controlling by phone more though, because I always lose the remotes. Computer, I like the keywords: night light, computer, game room, bedroom, bedside decoration. Oh, did the link not work? Let me try that again. Sorry about that. The link is like super long, so maybe this one will work. It's working for me. Oh, what? Huh. I don't think you can shorten the link. I'm trying to shorten it, and I've done here. Control A for selecting all. Control C. Go to Bitly. Why is this not working? Let me try to open it up again. Yeah, it's not working. The URL shortener did not work. What other URL shorteners are there? It might just be Bitly. Let me see. Tiny URL. That's a thing. That's funny. So apparently Tiny URL does not let you post things from Bitly into here. That's so funny. Okay, so we have to get it all from here. So let's see. We'll go to here, make Tiny URL. Okay, we got this. Let's see if this one works. OG URL. I have not heard of that one. All right. For some reason, Bitly didn't want to work. This works here. So on desktop for whatever reason, but here's a tiny URL. You get an extra 1% off. Nice. US $3 off orders over US $4. What does this even mean? Orders over $4, you get $3 off. Okay? Orders over $32, you get $1 off. Maybe these are stackable, but these are some kind of weird coupons. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, these, are they thick? Well, okay, they look pretty thick. You see, what is it? 2.7, so a little bit over an inch. Because 2.54 or 25 millimeters is 1 inch. So, okay. Oh, there's Wi-Fi, voice control, or Bluetooth. Is there a video that I can watch? The thing about all oh, here we go. Are these all real videos, or are those like 3D renderings? I couldn't tell. Okay, there's the real videos. These actually seem pretty cool. I don't know if I would review them on a video, just because I think that would be like for sure a dead video on the channel. But maybe, we'll see. Yeah, let's see. The reviews is 4.7. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna put this on my own browser. And I think I'll probably pick... How many should I pick up? 2? 2 of them will be $114. Okay. It's just... I would just buy one, but the fact that it takes over about a month to get here, if it ends up being good, I don't want to have to wait another month to get the second set. These, just based on the reviews and these videos, I think these might actually be pretty decent. Yeah. You do it. Actually, yeah, that could be a new thing that I can learn about. I bought stuff from Aliexpress before. I've never had to return. I just feel like it would be such a pain because it's, you know, not in the US, but we'll see. There's other panels too, like this one. These are the triangle ones. These are 20 bucks for how many? Package includes. Do they put how many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This one has 10, you said? It says up top. Am I blind? Oh, 10 pieces. Okay, there it is. This is normally where people would usually put like 10 pieces in parentheses in the title. But okay. Oh, they have other stuff here. Oh yeah, they've got this thingy. Which this would be so hard to set up. Man, see, the more I put stuff... You know, I had a comment of people complaining. I had a comment recently that said, nerd on a budget, look at nerd on a budget, but wastes hundreds of dollars on RGB in his setup. And I was like, dude, everything back here was like probably 20 there, 20 on this strip, and then that thing was like 25. Like, I did not spend hundreds of dollars. I just bought like the most budget cheap strips I could find on Amazon. But if I were to put these panels on, I'm gonna have more people complaining, how is he nerd on a budget when he spends things on they're gonna think these are nano leafs probably, and then accuse me of being rich or something. Yeah, good point. The only thing is quality control. It could be hit or miss with the generic stuff. Yeah, true. Also, yeah. I mean, you could get one set that's good and one set that breaks real quick, or like some of them have bad panels. But honestly, most of the stuff here on AliExpress, it's the same stuff that people drop ship to sell on Amazon at a markup. So It's just you pay less because you have to wait longer. So yeah, I think I'll pick some of these up. Thanks for the suggestion. And maybe there will be a review or at least an unboxing on stream with the review on stream. So, yeah. Yeah, Star5328 says, I can spend freaking hours on Aliexpress. It's a lot of the same stuff on Amazon, only at cost. Do you actually buy a lot from Aliexpress though? Or do you just browse? My concern is, the good thing about Amazon is if you buy crap, you can return it like so easily and you are guaranteed your money back. Whereas on Aliexpress, I'm not, I haven't had to return anything on Aliexpress. I bought thermal paste, I bought thermal pads for computer stuff, and I bought other random assortments of things, none of which I've had to return. I'm not Robin Hood, just buy the damn panels. Yeah, but you're gonna see, Jason, as you grow your YouTube channel, when the negative comments for whatever reason stick out like a sore thumb, even though you have way more positive comments. And yeah, once you get your first negative comment or first few negative comments, you'll see why. Like, those are the ones that really like hit hard for whatever reason. Oh my goodness. Is that gonna show up on the Spitfire? Come on. Yep, there it is. What monitor should I get for my 4090? Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, here we go. So if money was not an issue for me, I would probably go for something like this. Cause look at that aspect ratio. I've never used one of these in real life, but I think I would like it because of how much I like ultra wide. But if money wasn't an issue, I could see myself buying one of these. And then, yeah, get 3 of them and surround yourself with it. Have you seen what these monitors look like from the side? It is ridiculous. No, yeah, I mean, you're gonna be looking at especially with how much you've been donating, plus you having a 4090, you're gonna be for sure in the 4K territory. You're gonna be in higher refresh rate, and then like everyone in the chat saying OLED. But which specific monitor? I don't know. I'm trying to think. There's only so many channels that actually do monitor reviews, and that's something I want to get into, but it's just so difficult. Even though I have the tools to do it, it's just I need to learn how to do it properly. But I mean, Hardware and Box is one of the PC specific channels that does monitors, but I don't think does he ever do high-end monitors like that. Like, he usually does like a lot of the value oriented, like high refresh rate monitors, but I'm not sure if he's ever done something as crazy as, like, specs wise, like 4K OLED, like high refresh rate. I haven't been able to justify spending over $300 on a monitor yet. I think my current monitor right now was $350, but it's not just like an ordinary monitor, right? It's 1440p, and at the time that my wife got it for me for Christmas, ultra wides were just like around $500. But this was one of the lower end models, and it was like on sale. But yeah, like ultra wide, 1440p, and then 144 hertz refresh rate. So that's why this is one of the most expensive monitors I've ever owned. But that's the reason why. And even then, $350 for a lot of people, or for some people, I should say, isn't super crazy expensive. People be dropping like 500-600 on high-end monitors. So Shauner says, I just got the NZXT 1440p 144Hz 27 IPS on 170 on sale. I forget the model name. So that might actually be not the 1080p one, might be one of the first ones I actually review with the equipment I got. So no, dude. Honestly though, these portable monitors are awesome. Like, maybe it's because of my niche use cases of like being able to use it in the car for out of the back of my car, and like I bring this to LAN parties because when I go to LAN parties, I don't bring both my monitors. I bring one, but then I keep one on the side. But just having a small monitor like this, which is basically the size of like a large tablet, that doesn't need to be plugged into the wall, just plugs in by USB C, and then also use HDMI mini. You can get a second screen for, it's not the best quality, of course, because it's portable, but you can get a second screen that you could fit. Like, some people, they take these and they put them underneath their monitors right here so that they can have a screen underneath. So yeah, portable monitors are pretty cool, but you're not going to be getting like, very crisp images, super color accuracy, or high refresh rate out of these. It's just a portability factor, kind of like with laptops versus desktops, right? Portable monitors are usually in like the 1 to 150 range. Let me see. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, here. So like, here's one. Mine is from Lapel, but honestly, most of the ones that I've seen from the different brands have been fine. But this one's 121, 137. I'm sure here's one for 94. Yeah, so this one has it built like a little stand built into it. But I don't know how cheap they get though. I think around $100 is like the bottom range of it. And then they go up in price from there. But all right, we are well past 2 hours into stream. I bet Melissa's taking a nap. I need to wake her up so we can eat dinner. But because I don't hear her upstairs right now. Usually if she's awake, she would be in the kitchen because it's dinner time. But she's probably napping. So I think I'm going to go wake her up and we're going to grab some dinner. So I want to say thank you to everyone for being here again for another fun stream. I hope you all are really enjoying these every week as much as I do. To be honest, I kind of stress out every stream because sometimes I'm like, oh, what is there to talk about? Or sometimes I'm like leading up to stream, I'm not prepared, putting together like the membership shout out list, like what I was doing today, not having all my stuff set up, like the websites pulled up, things like that. I'm usually cutting it super close to when stream starts, but as soon as the camera turns on and it actually starts, it is such a good and fun time. So I do want to thank you all for making this stream as fun for me as hopefully I am making it for you. But yeah, in terms of content coming up, I should be getting my hands on an Intel Arc graphics card, so that will be in the works, as well as again, still trying to get that Optiplex video out. I've just been kind of slacking. World of Warcraft has been a little bit too fun lately, but yeah, I need to balance my time better. And then what else is there? Hopefully a monitor review is coming soon, and it is going to be an NZXT monitor that I'm going to review. They sent one over, so yeah, that'll be fun to be able to actually get numbers for that. But yeah, hope you all have a great rest of your week, or have a great rest of the night first and foremost, but then have a great rest of your week as well as weekend. But other than that, take care, and I will see you in the next stream and or comment of a video. Bye-bye.